fucking show's hilarious, man. I'm back with another drunk reaction, and today I'm drinking fireballs. I offered them. And today we're getting back into some more Deadwood. This is episode 5 of season 1, and shit has broken out. Wild Bill has been murdered. And I did remember after the fact that, yeah, he was murdered. Deadwood was obviously a real town, and he was murdered in Deadwood. I knew he was murdered that year, and I thought he was murdered the month after whatever month they showed us. Like, I don't remember the details. I think it was August of 1776. No, 1876. Jesus, August of 1876. Whatever. Like, there was a time when I wasn't so fucking hammered that I had this knowledge. But because I was hammered, I didn't have this knowledge, so it was like I've been spoiled, but then I forgot the spoilers. So, that works out. I'm very curious. This one's called the Trial of whatever the guy's name is. Fuck him. That dude was a douchebag. I don't know why he had it in for Wild Bill. I guess his own cowardice. I don't know. The guy who killed Jesse James, I think, just wanted to be famous. That was with a lot of these fucking idiots. But some of them, it's like, you challenge their manhood, so you then, I guess calling his mouth like a cunt challenges manhood. I guess that's fair. Anyway, let's get this shit. We don't know what those motivations are other than him being a fucking idiot. But I'm actually, that plot line isn't as interesting as the one with the widow and Bullock, So I wonder, how that's going to all play out. It's all very interesting. I think that they definitely had photographs back then. It just wasn't that common. So back in the day, you wouldn't look in a newspaper and see a photograph of the body or, even like his headshot or whatever. So it makes sense you have to stand in line to actually look at the body with your own eyes. That's the only way to see it. Jurors and lawyers.
Will be drawn from the hat on my right. Officers of the court in the box.
What a shitty way to do this, man. Jesus.
I have no...
I don't see your medicine.
No, I broke the bottle.
All right.
Oh, shit, dude.
No.
He's just passing it out.
Because this is the time for you to stop taking this laudanum, Mrs. Garrett.
What a pleasant surprise, Doctor. To hear you admit the limits of your knowledge.
Snippy, Jesus.
That's good. That'll free up to leave.
Man, motherfuckers wanted to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, shut this motherfucker up.
Cut that shit out.
No law gets me selling these, mister.
How about this piss? Is this
breaking your
piss?
fucking jaw.
Did he hold up a cue card? I'm taking credit for that one. I'll kick your ass,
like
bitch.
A goddamn circus.
We didn't realize you were a fucking sovereign community and nation out there. Where's your cocksucker's flag? Where's your fucking navy or the like? Maybe when we make a treaty
We don't got
with
no
the Sioux,
goddamn navy.
we should treat
Oh,
the
you're
people
being
like
smart
renegade
ass,
fucking Indians. Sometimes I wish we could just hit them over the head, rob them, and throw their bodies in the creek.
Goddamn, dude.
That would be wrong.
Besides, they're going to keep generating income. That's a short-sighted way to do it.
Several days ago, I watched you and Wild Bill Hickok support each other in a gunfight from the in my room.
How's the peeping, widow? How's the peeping?
Mr. Bullock has authority to act in my behalf on all matters relating to the claim.
I see.
In case you couldn't, I thought I'd tell you.
In case you couldn't. Everybody on this show's a smart-ass, man.
No, I'll do it. And burn the blanket afterwards. Thanks, Park.
Jesus Christ.
Some do get well sighed.
His chances will improve outdoors. The bracing air.
Yeah, right. Got to get. Hey, man, we live in a post-Rona world, man. We got to get this motherfucker, sick-ass, infected motherfucker out of here, man.
Go on, get fucking.
Complications with the widow, Al. She's trying to get off the dope. Maybe loaded should get her self-confidence back.
Don't let me camp beneath her window and suggest it.
Half woman
Goddamn,
friends
man.
off somewheres on a tear.
Smart
The
ass
orphan
asshole.
squareheads in the widow's care. The widow feels put upon. She's asked me to find her some help. I suggested again.
No.
So as not to put a whore up first off. Now I will propose Trixie.
He knows how to work this motherfucker.
As a get acquainted gift, she could bring the widow a good-sized ball of dope.
Yes.
Well thought through, he'd be.
Yeah, man. I'm impressed. I thought little of this motherfucker. Now I think a little bit better of him.
Tell the widow you're a candidate.
I have to go look to my roast. My cook's on the queue to see Hickok's remains. Then he'll probably sneak here.
I didn't ask, motherfucker. You still talking?
From the gospel, 1 Corinthians 12.
All right.
If the foot shall say, because I am not the
Hey,
hand, I'm not of the
pastor,
body,
shut
it is
the
therefore
fuck
not
up.
of the body.
What are you crying for?
What?
That's what you're crying for. You love Hickok so much.
Ah, to beat this motherfucker bloody.
He's sticking his dick up your ass.
Damn, why's it got to be all that?
Hey! On this man's counsel.
Can I choke him a little bit longer, man? I'm almost hard. Yeah,
You all right?
I wouldn't be standing this close to this infected motherfucker.
Put on a decent enough dress to help a widow with a kid.
What widow in camp as a kid?
The widow is the New York dude's widow. The kid is the orphan square.
I didn't know she was caring for that child now.
Does it change what fucking dress you wear?
Jesus Christ, man. Irritable, sarcastic ass
Widow's a dope
motherfucker,
thing.
Chris.
You ever had Nebraska pussy?
Not to my knowledge, Mr. Caliber.
Eddie Sawyer, get
These
in here.
motherfuckers have a way with words, man.
True or not, Eddie? When a man wets his end in Nebraska pussy, his life is changed forever.
Speaking only for myself, I still mark the anniversary.
You fucking scumbag.
Point me in the right direction. You hear that, Eddie?
Boy's got a healthy attitude.
I like a man who knows how to motivate. How
It's a nice conversation, please.
about you get the fuck out of here?
I mean, if it's handled the right way.
I tell you what, I'll swear to. As irritable as that fuck is, I'd be even more irritable, man. He is surrounded by idiots.
Fleece the fool she married. I will fleece his widow, too. Using loyal associates.
fuck are you talking to?
Eustace declining years. What's he ever done for me? Except let me terrify him every
Is
night.
this Shakespeare in the Old West? It's starting to feel like Shakespeare in the Old West. They have a way with words. Motherfuckers have long-ass monologues explaining their actions. It's starting to feel like Shakespeare in the Old West. With more cocksucking conversation, you know.
Why'd you kill Hickok, Mr. McCall? He murdered my brother.
You can't have a witness statement during the opening.
Murdered
No,
your
never
brother
mind.
in Kansas.
This is a kangaroo-ass court anyway.
When did Hickok murder your brother, Mr. McCall? In Kansas, Abilene? Aren't you still drunk? I said when. I don't recall the exact year.
Oh, my God. You got to be
When they
shitting.
was both in it. Well, do you often play cards, McCall, for 3 days with a man who murdered your brother?
Yeah, that's a
before,
really good question,
in
actually.
passion's white heat, you take your revenge. No, it wasn't white heat. I had to find my chance.
If that's it, I'm calling a break for nature and we'll finish later.
Do you even have a brother, Mr. McCall? Yeah. And Hickok killed him.
Break for
What
nature.
was his name?
Mrs. Garrett?
Let's find out how much of a piece of shit Trixie is.
Sent to help you with
I'm very curious on this subject.
You want a blowjob while I talk to you? No. I wasn't offering it personally. Make your point. My point
This fucking
is,
show's hilarious, man. It's fucking. My mind went there when I was drinking, and then he said it. You know.
Cocksucker. 3 men would walk in that meat locker where he's being held with bags over their heads and cut his fucking throat. And within half an hour, that Celestial's little pigs will be on their backs with their hooves in the air, belching up human remains.
Jesus Christ!
Are you
dude, that's
saying
way
you'd
with
order
words,
that
man.
to be done? I'm saying I had a vision. It had happened. My second of the day. First come when I was watching you and them lawyers online this morning. They began to slither in my sight like vipers. So as not to puke, I had to close my eyes. The vision went on.
How much full of
Got
shit are
worse.
you, Swearton?
I saw the
90%.
vipers.
The jury will now retire to the horrors' rooms and begin their deliberations.
This is the most chicken shit fucking
Suppose
court
Alice
I've
was
ever
with
seen
it?
in my life.
Oh, yeah.
You look how pretty she looks in it. Look at her.
Maybe you'll come out of this with the squarehead kid. Whatever the fuck a squarehead is, what they say was Swedish. German, something like Swedish, I think.
Sure.
Sure, what?
Jealous?
Sure, Joni, go ahead. Or was your point you weren't asking permission?
Read it how you want, motherfucker.
Covering remedy. But the color will be right.
Some person got an entire pharmacy growing up in here.
What's the verdict?
Besides his crime of murder, his facial hair is awful. He needs to be killed for that alone, man. Like his mustache going all the way around here and shit. What the fuck, dude?
Innocent?
Thank you. The defendant is free.
To be slaughtered like a pig. You ain't making it out of town, bitch.
Now, to testify that, not knowing, I believe.
This motherfucker sounds like me on my 8th reaction when I'm hammered.
St. Paul tells us,
Rambling
Holy
ass
Spirit,
bullshit.
are we all...
Cole, they're turning him loose.
Yep, he ain't too happy about this. That's for goddamn sure.
I'm a frail and feeble vessel, but none of us can deny
He's about to
our
bitch
part.
slap
Can we
this
finish the
bastard.
goddamn walk in quiet?
Certainly, sir.
Don't make me take the Lord's name in vain. Oops. I already did.
Jack McCall runs from no man.
See you in hell then, bitch.
And agitation brings a slight bump up in whiskey sales, but sale of cunt plummets.
I guess the cut
Why,
sales
for
are
one
probably
of us
higher
to
than
take
whiskey
that fucking
sales.
picture Lincoln down.
Price per hour, I'm saying. Jack McCall runs from no man as I run like a little bitch.
Did you get the praying out of your system?
Damn it. You jealous, motherfucker? Yeah. He is now. I'll be watching, man. Make sure she don't put no laudanum in this shit. You don't need a language to understand patty cake. Kids just innately understand that shit. See you after the murder. The politics is, a little hard to grasp. I guess what they're saying is, if you establish, and I'm sure they know what they're talking about. I don't. I know quite a bit about history, but this is like getting really deep in the weeds for me. If you establish your own laws and shit, then the U.S. government would be less willing to take you over as a fucking state. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Maybe like if you have like organized government, then like they're just gonna come in and kill you all and take you. Like I don't know that I follow that, but like, and maybe Swearengen's just crazy, but it sounds valid, right? They have a lot of what they called not wild territories or uncontrolled or unorganized territories. There was a word for it. I don't think it's wild territories, but it's essentially the same meaning, right? I never really grasped that. Like I said, this is not something I studied extensively, but I'll just take the word for it at this point. So he needed, he didn't want a trial with a fucking conviction, and then they lawfully killed the man and executed him and shit. I guess that'd just be a bad precedent. So he got the outcome he wanted. But yeah, I don't blame Bullock. That smug, arrogant prick. Like, he had to go, man. He had to go. So yeah, that's it for hour 2 of day 2 of the 12 Days of Christmas Marathon. We're done with the marathon. It's a marathon of 2 hours. Tomorrow we're going to have a marathon of 3 hours. You know the drill. And next week we're going to be finishing this entire season because it's only an 8 episodes first season. So next week, later on in the marathon, we'll be doing the rest of these bad boys.